Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Sports fans, welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough. It's America's favorite golf podcast right here on FanStream Sports. We are live from kind of the FanStream Sports studios in North Dallas. We're right around the corner from the FanStream Sports in North Dallas. I am IndyCarTim. I am your host. If you are a fan of the Johnny Free presentation, then you're in luck. Johnny is not here tonight. Johnny is not present for our Bermuda Championship preview, although we will have Johnny's picks as he recorded them earlier today for us. We hope, if you're looking for those picks, that you were able to find those picks on our new website, fanstreamsports.com, as we are releasing his picks every morning as a kind of a written digital article for you guys that includes the picks. It's a bit of a preview. And it also includes the picks and the graphic that you're normally used to seeing on our social media posts. It's still there. It's still the same thing. We're just incorporating it into something that's a little bit easier to see, a little bit easier to, to figure out what it all means. And then, of course, we include our little sponsors in there. Special thanks to Orion Golf, Tom's Town, Golf Central Magazine, and TurfLifeClub.com, obviously. But, we're going to do the Butterfield Bermuda Championship, and why we feel the need to send our golfers to Bermuda to play golf is beyond me. There's that whole triangle thing. There's the ocean. You got to get into a plane to fly out there. There's golf courses here on the mainland in the United States that we can take advantage of. Why do we have to do that? I don't understand, but I guess those who enjoy things like that say that it's somewhat of an enjoyable experience. I'm not one of those people. Look, I don't like to fly. I definitely don't want to be on a boat. That ain't happening. You're not getting me on a boat. I've never been on a cruise. I will never go on a cruise. I saw Titanic 27 times the year it came out and countless times since. And you know what? Every single time, the iceberg wins. I'm just saying. It happens every time. It's always the iceberg. Don't tell me there's no icebergs in the Caribbean or Caribbean or whatever American accent you use with that word. I've seen icebergs in places. I've seen videos that I'm 14% sure wasn't AI generated of icebergs floating around in the Gulf of America and the South Atlantic Ocean. So, yeah, the iceberg wins every time. I'm not getting on a boat. I'm not getting on a plane. And you know what? That's curious because I used to fly. By fly, I mean, I used to fly airplanes. Yeah. And I would still do that if I'm the one flying, not getting in a freaking steel coffin. I guess they're aluminum. Not getting in an aluminum coffin with 100 other people that I don't know. When I don't know what idiot's up there at the controls and what he had to drink today. It's not happening. I'm sorry if you're an airline pilot. I love you guys. I wanted to have your job at one point, and I trust all of you implicitly. Just not with my life. Sorry. Not happening. But we are not here to talk about my fears of flying and of shipping and my irresponsible fear of icebergs in the Gulf of America and the South Atlantic and the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, but don't dismiss that Bermuda Triangle. That's a thing. Do a whole episode on Bermuda Triangle one day. We may lose a golfer or two here. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying the possibility is there. So let's get into a little bit of golf, shall we? Without Johnny here to derail us. I guess I'm doing a good enough job of that myself. Because that happens, really. He's the voice of reason on the show. And when he's not here, we kind of take a tailspin. But let's talk about that Bermuda Championship. The season here, what is this? You don't want to call it the postseason because that's really the playoffs, right? But this is kind of the post-season that we call the FedEx Cup Fall. There's just 2 events left in the official PGA Tour calendar here in 2025. It's time for the Bermuda Championship. at Port Royal Golf Course. It's a 120-player field that are all battling for part of a $6 million purse. If you would have told me a few years ago that the Bermuda Triangle Championship, that's what it should be called, was going to have a $6 million I would have said you're crazy. I never would have thought this golf tournament would have that big of a purse. But here we are. And I think it's great. It's great for the game. I do like the course. I've been bad-mouthing Bermuda. But I do like the course. I like the setting. I just wish it was on land, which would make no sense whatsoever for the Bermuda, for Port Royal, for that golf course to be like inland. I don't know. That sounds weird. But that's what I want, okay? Don't always proclaim to want the smartest things. The winner will have $1.08 million. For those of you mathematically challenged, that's $1,080,000. And a lot of these guys trying to secure their status for next year. From its field, course, history, tee times, and how to watch, here's everything you need for the 2025 Butterfield. Is it Butterball Bermuda Championship? Would that be a more interesting sponsor? I don't know what Butterfield is. I'm sure it's a very reputable company that sponsors this tournament. But if it was the 2025 Butterball, I mean, we're close to Thanksgiving. Should it be the Butterball Bermuda Championship? I am off the rails, guys. By the way, the comment line is open, and we do have comments coming in. More Right Rudder, my buddy from right down the road in Plano, says, let's go. I got to change that so people can see it. I don't know how to make. There we go. Welcome in, More Right Rudder. Thank you for hopping in here. Josh Crow, our new esteemed partner here at FanStream Sports, in charge of all of our marketing and all of our website. I guess, what does he do for the website? He makes it visible, I guess. I mean, because I do a lot of the content on the website, but he's the one that makes it all turn. He says, woot, LFG. I think that means let's friggin' go. That's what it means on the show. And he is correct. FanStreamSports.com is where it's at. You guys make sure you head over there if you haven't already. We appreciate all of the comments. We will get to all of the comments on the show here today, as we are actually live. We're not recorded live. We're live. I'm literally right here in my home studio bedroom. By the way, that's where the magic happens right there. It's been no magic happening, by the way. Yeah, I'm actually live. I can read y'all's comments live. Doesn't happen very often. See what I can do when Johnny's not here? I can do an actual live show because he doesn't have to travel. He doesn't have to be somewhere when we're supposed to be on the air. So I'm actually live. Let's do this thing, man. Let's talk some Bermuda, some Butterball Turkey Bermuda Championship. As I mentioned, just 2 tournaments left this year, many opportunities for players to finish inside the top 100 in the FedEx Cup points and earn their tour card for 2026 are dwindling. The highest ranked player in the field is Michael Brennan. He is number 42 in the world. He, of course, won the Bank of Utah Championship a few weeks ago in his pro debut. He is new to the tournament. In FedEx Cup points, Max McGreevy is on the bubble at number 100. He's 2.5 points ahead of David Lipsky. Other players outside the top 100 that don't yet have full-time status for 2026 are Victor Perez at 104th, Isaiah Saldina at 106th, and Patrick Fishburne at 107, all of whom are playing this week at the Butterball Championship. They'll be joined by 3 past champions here. Seamus Power won in 2022. By the way, why do we say, some people say 2022? Do you have a friend, or do you say our, and I've been struggling with this for now 25 years since we changed centuries, because I'm old and I lived in the 20th century when we used to call the years 1985, 1995, 1999, 1975, right? 1971. But now when we flip the calendar to the new millennium and we're in the 2000s, everybody says 2001, 2010, 2025 is our current year. No, that is incorrect, dudes and dudettes. It's 2025. It's not 2025. It wasn't 2001. It was 2001. It was 2010. It wasn't 2015. It was 2015. Just say the 20. We don't have to have the 2000. I don't have time on this earth to say that every single time. That takes a long time, and I'm old. I'm old as fart, you guys. Getting older every minute as this podcast goes on. I just had to get that off my chest. I haven't talked about that in a long time. Never really understood why we did that, to be quite honest with you. Seamus Power, of course, as I mentioned, won this. Where am I at on my notes here? Seamus Power in 2022, Camilo Villegas in 2023, and Rafael Campos in 2024. I'm sorry, in 2024, for those of you who subscribe to that situation. They all won very dramatically and very differently, with the past 6 winners in Bermuda having been 3 or 4 strokes behind after round 1 en route to their victories. So if history tells us anything, we're going to have some drama on Sunday, which makes for great golf, man. I'm telling you. Don't know how in tune you guys are with the NFL, but baseball's over now. I know the NHL is in full swing. Nobody cares about NBA, but we've got college basketball and college football still happening. That takes up some of our time, some big college football games. By the way, if you guys are interested in college football, you can check out one of my podcasts, Pigskin and Burnt Ends, at fanstreamsports.com, where we talk about Texas college football teams, Aggies, Longhorns, Red Raiders, Baylor, TCU, SMU, Texas State, the Lumberjacks, the Houston Cougars, all of it. We talk every week at Pigskin and Burnt Ends. I'd love to hear from you over there as well. Is it better than this podcast? No, it's probably the same. It's just as dumb and idiotic. We talk a little barbecue with the burn ends part, though. Last year, Campos earned his maiden win in Bermuda at number 147 in the FedEx Cup Fall, and with 13 missed cuts in his previous 15 starts. So anybody can win this thing. It's just a week after the birth of his first child. He yielded an emotional winner's interview. If you haven't seen that, go look that up. I'm not going to play it here for you because I don't want to. 2 exemptions include 18-year-old phenom Blades Brown. How cool of a name is that? Blades Brown. Sounds kind of like a superhero, right? Or a superhero alias. Our buddy Colby Sapp on the Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun podcast might have something to tell us about that. Blades Brown, and of course Tyler Watts, a high school senior from Huntsville, Alabama. He's committed to the University of Tennessee and made the cut at the Procore Championship back in September. So look out for those boys. So about the course. Since its inception back in 2019, I believe, the Bermuda Championship has been played at Port Royal Golf Course. It's a Robert Trent Jones design. I love those. The layout's a par 71. I don't love those. For the love of God, can we standardize every golf course to a par 72 and make the world make sense? Or, you know what? I would even accept the par 70 over the odd number par 71. I hate the 36 on the front 9 and the 35 on the back 9. Make them both 36s or make them both 35s. But for the love of God, can we standardize this? It's dumb. It's really dumb. The course is only 6,828 yards. It's the shortest on the tour. It's an average green size of 8,000 square feet, much like Johnny Gerber's master bathroom. 8,000 square feet. I don't know how the poor guy gets around in that thing. It's really tiny. And just like Johnny's living room, the course has 87 bunkers and water coming into play on 7 holes. You've never been to Johnny's Palisade apartment, you don't know. Back in 2024, it was the 22nd hardest course on the tour out of 50, yielding an average score of 69.97. In 2023, however, it was the tour's 52nd hardest course out of 58. Last year, the course's hardest hole was the 235-yard par 316, which played .312 strokes over par, making it the 22nd toughest hole on tour out of 900. I think this should make everybody play all 900 of those holes in one day. Didn't they have a porn star that played 900 holes in one day? I can't remember how that worked out. Its easiest hole, however, though, was the 517-yard par 5. I mean, I think we all can agree, well, that's drivable, right, for all of us. The 7th hole, it had a scoring average of 4.37, making it the tour's 23rd easiest hole, and that's why this tournament is usually decided on the back 9. Ben Griffin, who's not in the field this week, did comment on this at the 2023 edition of this event. He said, quote, "The stretch of 13 through 16 is what catches most people's eyes around this golf course. Those are some of the hardest holes, maybe the pivotal holes coming down the stretch, the ones you need to make pars or give yourself birdie chances on. The front 9's very forgettable. There's not a lot going on. I don't have any worries really about any of the holes." So, end quote. So, yeah, the back 9 is where this thing's at, and that's why you can have guys come from behind so much in these tournaments. You can be 4 or 5 strokes back. And if one of the guys in front of you falters a little bit and you happen to nail a couple of birdies, it's really, I won't say it's really easy to catch up, but it's certainly doable to catch up, right? But at the same time, because of where it's at, literally in the middle of a triangle that makes things disappear, the weather can wreak havoc with this thing. Back in 2021, play was suspended in round 1 due to 40-mile-an-hour winds. Matthew Fitzpatrick called it the hardest wind I've ever played in. And look, if you're going to choose to play at a place like Bermuda, you got to play the conditions. Don't freaking stop the round. You know, unless there's lightning. I get it. There's a safety thing. But if you're going to send guys to play golf in Bermuda and make them fly and traverse through the triangle, make them play in the 40-mile-an-hour winds. I don't agree. I did not agree at the time, and I do not agree with it now. So, yeah, how are we going to watch this thing? Well, I hope you have the Golf Channel, because that's the only place you get to see it. Thursday and Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time on the Golf Channel. Saturday, 11:30 to 2:30 on the Golf Channel. Sunday, 11 to 2 on the Golf Channel, or till where somebody wins. I don't think the Golf Channel's got much going on besides this thing this weekend. So however long it goes, that's how they are going to play it. And I tell you what, let's take a quick break, and then we can get into Johnny's picks, make you guys some money, cut this thing just a little bit short. It's just me. Nobody needs to hear me ramble on for an hour. But I am going to make you sit through a commercial. Pay tribute to some of our sponsors. The great Orion Golf Management Solutions, good for anybody and everybody that runs a golf facility, whether it's a par 3 course, if it's a country club, if it's a putt-putt course. I don't know about putt-putt. But if it's any kind of driving range, whatever you got, they can help you with your golf needs, with catering, with events, with merchandise, course operations, with staffing, any of it at Orion Golf. Head over to oriongolf.com. Let them know that IndyCarTim at From the Rough, don't say anything about Johnny, IndyCarTim at From the Rough sent you, and they will be happy to hook you up. And also, of course, Tomstown Distilling Company up in Kansas City, Missouri. My favorite vodka, my favorite bourbon, my favorite seltzers at toms-town.com. I'm IndyCarTim, back after this.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. And what is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now.
Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I am IndyCarTim. The man that is not here with me, PGA of America member John Gerber, as he is traveling. I think he's actually playing golf today. He's doing something that I'm not. That's all I know. As per usual, as the kids say. Oh, she's got the little puppy dog in the shot here. You guys got a special treat. Seeing my puppy dog's butthole right there on camera jumping on the bed. Butterfield Bermuda Championship. We just talked a little bit about it for you. But now it's the important part of the show where we have to make you a little bit of money. And it's not my money that gets made. It's Johnny's picks that make you money. Does that make sense? That doesn't make any sense, but we're going to roll with it anyway because I'm live. Can't edit. No editing when you're live, buddy. That's how it works. But Johnny did record his picks here, and we will get those running for you now on everybody's favorite part of the show. It is Johnny Gerber's winning picks right here on From the Rough on FanStream Sports for the 2025 Butterfield, not Butterball, Bermuda Championship from Port Royal Golf Course on the little tiny island in the middle of that disappearing triangle that, for whatever reason, we decided to go play golf on. Johnny, tell us about your picks.
Everybody, John Gerber here, host of From the Rough podcast on FanStream Sports. Please subscribe, go to our fantastic brand new FanStream Sports website at fanstreamsports.com. You'll find a bunch of great content from all of our Tampa, Ohio, and Dallas studios. A lot of great talent there, a lot of great shows. So please go to our website, go to our socials, Facebook, my Twitter at JGerberPGA. You'll find some great From the Rough content here. Also, I wanted to, I'm traveling, so sorry guys. So Timm is going to bring it home for us tonight on From the Rough at 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern. But I wanted to go over my picks for this week at the Butterfield Bermuda Championship and give you a little insight there on the golf course. Listen, it's one of those events on the PGA Tour that we're winding the year down. So you're looking at some guys potentially that you might not heard of, a lot like last week and a lot like in the past few weeks, that are jockeying and grinding to keep their card to finish in that top 100. So like we said on Monday's recap, you're going to see some familiar faces here that we liked last week. And we're going to run through the list who we like this week to make you guys some money. We did cash in last week with Matt Kuchar, so don't be surprised he's going to be on our card again this week. He is the human ATM machine when it comes to tropical weather, especially down in Mexico. But this type of golf course, I think he's going to play well again this week. He sits outside of that top 100, but it's a little skewed with Matt Kuchar because he can use some of his PGA Tour money list and past champions exemptions to get in. So he's not on that much of a grind. I know he's grinding, but not that much of a grind that he wants to be. But let's run down our list. Listen, I like a guy like Eric Cole at 33-1 as our first pick. Eric Cole is used to playing in these type of conditions. It's going to get windy there in Bermuda. He's a South Florida guy. This is a golf course that you do not have to hit it far. So this fits right in Eric Cole's hands to be able to potentially take home the trophy at 33-1. And I'm going to run down some guys that I really liked that played well last week. Chad Ramey and Sami Valimaki finished in that top second. I think that trend's going to continue as they continue to play well this week. Ramey were both at 35-1. So look at those guys to continue to play well. There's no substitute for good play, especially on a golf course that I don't think you're going to have to shoot 29 under par. Last year, Rafael Campos won the tournament at 19 under par. So look at kind of depending on the weather and how much the wind blows to look at that as maybe a target winning score. Maybe that 16, 17 number is going to look good. But I like those two guys again to play well. Our ham sandwich pick this week at 80-1 is David Ford, coming fresh off the PGA University exemptions for the PGA Tour. The guy has immense talent. So I know he hasn't got as many starts to get comfortable on this PGA Tour season, but that elevated feel with the PGA University is getting him a little bit more comfortable. This is lending to a golf course that, again, not superstar studded guys are going to win. So look at David Ford, 80-1. Two top tens. Vince Whaley, again, playing well at plus 320, finishing the top 5 last year. And Patrick Rogers, plus 330, finishing in that top 10 spot. And again, two top 20 picks this week. Matt Kuchar at plus 170 to finish in the top 20. And Justin Lower to finish in the top 20 at plus 250. Justin Lower had a good start last week, just kind of faltered on the weekend, which you could not do, as everybody was putting on the gas and finishing up in that 29 to 26 under mark last week. You don't have to do that this week, like we said. But, hey, there's our picks this week, guys. Good luck. One more event left before the PGA Tour season for us to finish up. We might dabble a little bit of DP World Tour. We still are profitable for the year. Not much, not normally as we have been, but we still are profitable for the year, and we do have a great matchup record at 54, 18, and 5 for the year. So maybe we'll get some matchups this week. But again, please follow us, subscribe, download our great podcast on fanstreamsports.com on our website. Go to all our socials, Tampa, Ohio, Dallas, and we'll look forward to talking to you guys next week.
There he goes. The great Johnny Gerber. First of all, Johnny, You don't have to download the podcast. Just go listen to the podcast. I don't care if you download it. Just go listen to the podcast. That's fine with me. Please do so at fanstreamsports.com or wherever you get your podcasts. We do the show live at 5 o'clock on Mondays. That's your recap. And then 5 o'clock on Wednesdays is your preview. And that is Central Time. And by 7 o'clock, usually within 30 minutes after we end the show, whenever that is, it's normally an hour. Like today is going to be much, much shorter. Within 30 minutes of the show ending, it is up across all podcast platforms for you to go listen to at your leisure. Second of all, Johnny Gerber, PGA of America member. I believe Justin pronounces prefers the proper pronunciation of his name as Lauer. Justin Lauer. Closer to Shane Lowry, but it's Justin Lauer. I'm just saying he's not here to defend himself, Johnny or Justin. So that's how I roll. It's what we do around here, eh? It's what it's all about. So anyway, yeah, that's going to be the show for you. I'm not going to beat y'all to death with a lot of me talking. I think we've done that enough here for 30 minutes. You got Johnny's picks. Those are also posted over at fanstreamsports.com. If you go to the latest news tab and scroll down, you will see the article that reads something, Johnny's picks for the Bermuda Championship. There's also a preview article aside from Johnny's picks over there for you, as well as all of the latest news from the sports world around Ohio, Tampa Bay, and the great state of Texas. Usually the Dallas area, but we cover all the college teams around here as well. Lots of Cowboys, lots of Buccaneers, lots of Browns, lots of Bengals. And as hockey season is facing off, we're going to get into some Stars, some Lightning, some Blue Jackets. It's an NHL talk as well. College basketball season's right here. We'll get into all of that for you, as well as a little bit of Cavaliers, a little bit of Mavericks. Big news from the Mavericks that we were all over yesterday with the unfair firing of Nico Harrison, by the way. Go find my Dallas Mavericks Daily Blitz podcast at Fanstream Sports and find my unpopular opinion on Nico and the Luka trade. I was for it. There you go. That's all I'm saying.
Shots fired.
Thank you, Colby.
Shots fired.
Yes. Thank you, Colby. Yeah. So
That's that story. Let's move on to the next story.
exactly. We're going to wrap things up here for you right here on From the Rough on Fanstream Sports. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate the comments. Keep your comments coming after the show. You can do it in the YouTube comments section, or you can find me all over social media at IndyCarTim. The show is at From the Rough PGA. Johnny is at J Gerber PGA Pro. And we will be happy to converse with you about anything. Give me your picks for the Butterball Bermuda Championship from Butterball Triangle out there in the Caribbean Atlantic Ocean. And we'll talk about it on Monday on our recap show with me and maybe Johnny. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see you.